It had been 2 years since I last saw Ryan. Our story had ended not with a dramatic goodbye or a final confrontation, but with silence. After that final conversation, where he promised change and then disappeared again into excuses and broken trust, I decided to move on. I didn't delete his number, but I never checked it either. We weren't angry, just done. Until a month ago. I was at the supermarket, standing in the dairy aisle trying to choose between two brands of oat milk when I noticed him. Ryan. He was pacing slowly in the aisle opposite mine, holding a baby girl, no more than a year old, on his hip. He rocked her gently, glancing between different brands of infant formula. His face was calmer, sharper even, with the maturity of someone who had lived through regret. My heart skipped. I hadn't seen him since the end of freshman year, and now, 2 years later, there he was. A baby in his arms, a basket half full of baby products, and a look of complete comfort in the role he seemed to be playing. I didn't know what I felt. Confusion, surprise, maybe a flicker of jealousy. Had he found someone? Was that child his daughter? Had he grown into a father while I was learning to unlove him? I turned my cart and chose to head for the checkout, trying not to let my thoughts spiral. But fate wasn't finished. As I loaded my groceries onto the belt, someone stepped into line behind me. "Julia?" I turned. Ryan. Standing there with that same disarming smile, though it held more weight now. His jaw was a bit more defined. He wore a plain white shirt, sleeves rolled up, and jeans. Simple, clean, responsible. "Hey," I said. It came out softer than I meant. "Hi, Ryan." "Wow," he said. "Didn't expect to run into you here. It's been a while." "Yeah, 2 years." The line moved. I placed a pack of eggs and a loaf of bread on the belt, then glanced past him. A woman was standing at the exit, waving toward him with a smile. The baby was in the cart. He followed my gaze. "Oh," he chuckled, "that's my sister." My eyebrows lifted. "Your sister?" "Yeah, I'm just helping her out today. That little troublemaker is my niece, not mine," he added quickly. I laughed. Relief swept over me, absurdly strong. He stepped forward, paid for his groceries, and as we walked out, he said, "You look good. How have you been?" We talked briefly. He didn't mention the past. Neither did I. Then he left with his sister and niece, waving as they walked toward a car. That night, I got a message from an unknown number. "Hey, it's Ryan." "I hope it's okay," that I texted. "I found your number again. Just wanted to say it was good seeing you." I stared at it for a while, then typed back, "It was nice seeing you too. I'm glad you're doing well." What followed wasn't a romantic reconnection or a dramatic confession. It was simple. Conversations that started slow and became longer, more personal. Ryan had changed. He told me he stopped gambling a year and a half ago. It wasn't easy. He went to counseling, joined a support group, paid back every cent he owed, even mine, he promised. Now he was a department head at a finance company, stable, calm, focused. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to go back to that story. We agreed to meet for coffee. Neutral ground. When I saw him walking toward me on the cobbled sidewalk near a quiet cafe, I realized just how far we'd both come. "You cut your hair," I said. He grinned. "You remembered." We sat, talked, laughed a little. He apologized. Not with grand gestures, but with sincerity. "I was stupid," he said. "You believed in me, and I ruined that." I nodded. "Yeah, you did, but that was 2 years ago." We didn't talk about getting back together. Maybe we both knew that the version of us that had loved each other back then didn't exist anymore. He was someone new. So was I. At the end of our coffee, he asked, Do you think we can be friends again? I thought for a moment. Then I smiled. Yeah, I think we can. He offered a handshake. I rolled my eyes and hugged him instead. Some love stories don't end in romance. Some stories are about growth, redemption, and quiet forgiveness. Ryan was once my heartbreak. Now he's just Ryan. And that's okay.